Hi, Assalamualaikum everybody. Today, I am so excited because this is going to be my first video where inshallah I am going to share my reflections from the sharing sessions that we are having weekly in Sisters of Deen. First sharing session is actually really important for me because it was on sincerity or ikhlas. So I guess sincerity is very important in our life because whether you are a staying at home mom, an entrepreneur, a friend, or even an employee, you need to be sincere in whatever that you're doing. But then I've always wondered how to be sincere and how can I know if I am sincere. Alhamdulillah, during the first sharing session, I learned that in order to be sincere, we need to first set the right intention. So setting the right intention is like building the foundation of a building. So if your foundation is strong, then inshallah your building will be strong. But if your foundation is weak, then your building will be weak as well. So in other words, once you have set the right intention, inshallah your values will not be shaken easily or you won't be giving up easily along the way. There was actually an amazing story that happened during the time of Rasulullah SAW, where there was actually a man who went for hijrah because he wanted to marry a woman named Qais. Following this event, Rasulullah SAW responds to the situation by saying that the deeds are considered by his intention and he will get rewarded according to his intention. So, whoever immigrated for Allah and His Messenger, then his immigration will be for Allah and His Messenger. But whoever immigrated for worldly benefits or for a woman to marry, then his immigration will be for what he immigrated for. This hadith is narrated by Imam Al-Bukhari and Muslim. So from this story, we can actually learn that we will eventually be rewarded according to our intention. And of course, the best intention is when you do something for the sake of Allah and for His Messenger, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But then we might wonder, how can we work for Allah? Well, I remember that there is a hadith that says the best kind of you is those that is most beneficial to the mankind. So if you're working because you want to benefit the mankind and because you know that Allah loves you to do so, then basically you are doing your work for the sake of Allah. Then I've wondered, once we have set the right intention, how can we know now that we are truly sincere? Well, Alhamdulillah, during the sharing session, the sister's thoughts on this was brilliant. So one of the sisters actually said that when you don't get offended, or when you're being unappreciated because you know that Allah is already sufficient for you, then inshallah you are already truly sincere. Then another sister added that when you do a good deed secretly without publicizing it, without hoping that people will actually compliment you for it, then inshallah you are also being sincere. So I think I'm concluded by encouraging us all to achieve ultimate sincerity by first setting the right intention. Always remember it in our heart and in our mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always know what you intend, because as He mentioned in Surah Al-Imran ayat 29, say, O Muhammad, whether you hide it in your heart or you reveal it, Allah knows, because Allah knows whatever that is in heaven and in the earth, and He is indeed all powerful. I think that's all my reflection for today, and I hope to share more in the future. Well, if you think that this reflection might benefit other sisters as well, please do feel free to share it. Thank you so much for listening. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamualaikum.